ladies and gentlemen. Okay, what is happening? Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. Certainly hope you had a good week. First full week, if you want to call it that, of July. And it is July 12th, 2025. We are less than 300 and we're about 340 something days away from Grand Theft Auto 6. We had a good week. Certainly hope you're doing okay. I'll be playing Death Stranding again today. You know, I'll do my little 2-hour jaunt, which equates to about one delivery, because sometimes those deliveries will take you 45 minutes. But as I said before, I'm still at the part where I got to is it called the Magellan, or that boat that they use to travel, that submarine they call it, like a submarine. So I'm on that, and I'll be getting back on that at this point sometime today. Also, I gotta recommend the Superman movie. I give it a solid 3.1 out of 5 stars. It was a good movie. It's not spectacular. It was a good, grounded movie that will be able to help, I think, it should be able to help DC launch into its whatever they're doing. Launch whatever they're doing. So, and there's nothing but luck to James Gunn. James Gunn directed all 3 of the Guardian of the Galaxy movies. If you don't know, for Marvel, Warner Brothers hired him to be their version of a Kevin Feige type of person, except James Gunn would rather direct more than be in the back of the scenes like Feige is. So just so you all know what some of the differences are and what they're doing, and certainly hope that you all can go check it out, and that you all go ahead and enjoy it. If you want to just pay matinee for it, I don't blame you. It's a matinee movie. I do believe if you are fans of Superman, you're going to enjoy it more. If you're just a general audience person and wants to go see a good movie, do the matinee. I totally understand it. Movies for you all are expensive. I see movies for free. I saw Superman Wednesday morning, like at 7 a.m. I was at the movie theater. Wednesday morning. I was at the movie theater. I had a half day at work, so I didn't have to be at work until after 12 o'clock. I did Superman. Okay. We started watching it about 8. It was finished about 10:30-ish. And one of the funny things is seeing the Fantastic Four trailer. And if you want to know more about the Fantastic Four, and you want to know more about multiverse, you got to start watching the MCU, starting with Shang-Chi. Am I saying that right? Shang-Chi? I don't know. I got that over there somewhere. So, but yeah. And so a good movie. Marvel, they're all, DC's off. That's a solid start. They need that movie to be their version of Iron Man. And Iron Man's movie was fine. I didn't think the first Iron Man movie was fantastic. When I left the theater, I'm like, oh, okay, that was okay, so not that big a deal. But hopefully you all go ahead and play it, and you all have a good time. But what we're going to be talking about this morning is something that I discovered when I did, God forbid, in order for me to make this video, I had to watch your favorite YouTuber, and I'm going to comment on some of the things that guy was talking about. I don't know how you all stand it to listen to him, but okay. But I want to talk about it and something that he said that made the most sense. Also, the Ghost of Yotei, I've got a poll up. Pause. It is very simple. It is a very simple poll. Are you going to buy Ghost of Yotei for PS5 or your PS5 Pro? Again, totally up to you all to vote. Right now, 100% is a yes. And so I want to kind of go into that. I'm also going to throw in the whole thing about the money. And I think it's important that you all really understand this about the money. Because, again, I agree with what Juan Carlo character said in the TV show The Boys. It's always been about the money. Okay. So shout out to you all. Craig the Tech Guy. I have my own little podcast here, little dog poo podcast I do. at 9:30 on Saturdays or Sundays. I will sprinkle in an occasional other one at during the week. One or two. Now that's going to change because again, I may be going back to where I was offered a position back where I used to work. I've accepted that position, so now I'm just getting the onboarding stuff done, which is the your paperwork and stuff done. When I'm done talking to you all, I have to go fax something, fax and try to email something to someone, and go from there. Because it has to be scanned in, and it's a pain in the butt. I don't have a scanner. That comes normal now for you guys. I still have a printer. So I'm still that, you guys get scanners. We got printers, my generation. So still used to the printer. So, but I want to talk about this. I'm going to talk about the Ghost of Yotei trailer, what I saw, my reaction to it, and what I have seen online. I want to explain to you all where it's coming from. I'm not going to tell you how I feel and be passionate behind, because I'm a man, and men, we just discuss the way things are. How we feel doesn't matter. We're men. So that doesn't matter. Passion and feelings, unfortunately, not reserved for guys. That is a woman thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to all the women that are listening now. We'll be listening later. Be in your feminine energy. I understand that. I can't do that. I don't respect men that go and tell people their feelings about stuff, but I gotta talk about it in a sense that something that Marlon was saying, I think he nailed something that went over a lot of people's head. So shout out to him. I don't have a link to his podcast. This ain't about him per se. It is about what he's seeing happening and what it represents. First things first, what did I think about the Ghost of Yotei trailer? I thought it was really cool. That you get to now use dual weapons, that your enemy, and I don't remember this in Ghost of Tsushima, and it is Tsushima, not Tushima. Ghost of Tsushima, you did not have the ability to switch. You can switch stances. I remember. I don't recall if you could switch weapons mid-fight. I haven't played it in a while. Maybe they've updated it. You can. I thought the fact that you can switch weapons and the enemies that you're fighting can switch weapons, I thought that's one of the coolest things I saw about that game. As far as gameplay, because that is going to literally change on the fly how you're playing. That is amazing. Also, another thing that I noticed that I watched it in 4K. I recommend if you have a 4K device, whether you have a 4K tablet or a 4K phone or 4K television, a 4K monitor, whichever, watch it in 4K. Do not watch it in that 1080p compression that YouTube has. That it looked okay, but you didn't get the depth of what you could actually see. A couple of things that I saw as far as the gameplay, I think that gameplay, being able to change on the fly, her weapons, that's a brand new way to play that type of game. And they had to do some things differently than they did in the first game. I enjoyed the first game as well. I enjoyed Jin Sakai's story. However, Jin's story had a beginning, middle, and end. This character, they said, and then shout out to Lono when he was saying that with the first trailer showed her with the note, the bounty thing. He was the one where maybe she's a mercenary or something like that. He's the one that kind of put that into the ether. Turned out that's true. She is a mercenary. She's a mercenary. And and another thing that's going to make the game different is she has a price on her head. And people will be coming for your head. Literally. So that's going to change the way you calculate and play the game. That is a new way to play the game. You start out, again, it starts out, you got the bounty on your head. And it's not going to be none of this, as you go along, you get the bounty. Nah, nope. It's like when John Wick, when they put the bounty out on John Wick, it didn't just, he had to watch the whole time. He had to watch his back. John Wick 2 was him watching his back the whole time, which I thought got ridiculous. Man got thrown off of buildings and he was okay. This is ridiculous. But anyways, it is what it is. So these are things that I saw that I'm excited about. I'm not here to tell you how I feel, if I think the game is only gonna do this and that. These are things that I saw. First things first, as far as the graphics are concerned, this game is not the finished product. Remember, I told you guys that when they show these games, they're showing late alphas and betas. They're not showing you the whole game. They're not. They can't. The game's not finished yet. It's July. The game comes out in October. So July, August, September. The game will be here in 3 months. So I also like, and this is a compliment that I want to give Sony, I like the fact that Sony isn't showing us anything till we're about 90 days away. That's, to me, for me personally, this ain't the way I feel. I believe that doing that will cut down on a lot of the stuff that's going back and forth online, and it's going to force these idiot fanboys who got podcasts sitting in front of a camera talking bullshit to you guys. It's going to force them to go get real jobs. I mean, trust me, I think by the end, this time next year, a lot of these guys will have to have real jobs. That's just the way, because talking on YouTube, this is not a job. I love talking to you guys. I'll say that with feeling. I really do enjoy the back and forth. You all do ask good questions. Some of you all say stupid stuff as well, but that's part of the course, right? But I couldn't sit down for 3 to 5 hours a day and make videos doing this. I would go crazy. So it's not for me. When graphically, I saw an upgrade. I watched it in 4K. I saw an upgrade. The whole thing you got to remember is Ghost of Tsushima was a PS4 game that would have won Game of the Year, but a little game called The Last of Us was there. It would have won the Game of the Year. The PS5 comes out. And the PS5, they go ahead and they do a brand new game. They literally build Ghost of Tsushima from the ground up for the PS5. So it takes advantage of all the PS5 stuff. That's what I saw. That's what I saw graphically. Okay, it looks better. I just watched it in 4K. It looks better than it did under the PS4 Pro. But it looks the same. But the graphics, I'm talking about the fidelity, looks the same. The graphics look better. That's the base PS5. They clearly say that at the very beginning of the video. Captured on PS5 cinematic gameplay moments. The gameplay moments, her riding a horse, her fighting. That was gameplay. You know, her walking into the bar saying, "I'm looking for the Yotei 6." That was cinematic. That's cinematic. You want to know what the differences are? That's the cinematic stuff. So that's what I noticed. The first things first is that it does look like the PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima, and it should. This has more graphical detail. It's more dense. It's going to have more going on. She has a wolf with her. I think it's a wolf, or maybe it's a husky, whatever it is. Okay, she has a wolf with her, or a dog, or let's put it like that. I saw a picture where she had a bear. I don't know if that was a real picture. I think it's funny because women said if I had a choice between staying with a man in the woods and a bear, I'd choose the bear. Or here's a woman choosing the bear. I think that's pretty funny. This is what I saw. I love the fact there's more emotion there. I really like the fact, I guess that's emotion too, that you can, this is gameplay stuff. You can learn, you can do more the ninja route, be sneaky. You can be open with it like a samurai. And it's cool that you will actually be able to take a pathway to do either or, maybe a little bit of both. Shout out what Star-Lord said at the end of the first Guardians movie. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of both. So maybe we do a little bit of both. In Ghost of Tsushima, people want to understand that the theme is Jin Sakai is a samurai, and samurai fight with honor. In order for him to get the Khan off the island, he had to dishonor himself and dishonor his family. That's why he was called a ghost, because he was a ninja. That's what he was. In that game, you turn into a ninja, whether you understand that's what he's doing or not. So the overall theme, why does he fight his uncle at the end of Ghost of Tsushima? Because his uncle's like, you have disgraced the family, you have disgraced the name. And Jin says, I'm the ghost. And then his uncle drew blade. So, and then you get a choice. You get that choice. You know, do you finish your uncle or do you let him live with the shame? And again, in the cultural aspect, him living with the shame is what you should do. Now, my instinct was to take him out. Take him out. But that's not what the guy who played Jin Sakai, he played the game front to back. You know, he streamed it. And at the end, when he fought, he let him go. And it's kind of like, okay. So I replayed it again because I beat it on PS4. I finished it on PS5, I think. And that's what happens in that game. You become a ninja. She gets to choose that path. You as the gamer will be able to choose to go that route or go a different route. Either way works. I know me, what I like is the ninja stuff. I like the stealth aspect. That's what I'm going to do. That's the way I'll play the game. Shout out to everybody who plays it open, you know, as a samurai. And she's not a samurai. You got to remember, she's a mercenary. You know, we'll get into that about the haters and stuff like that. I'm just telling you what I saw about the game. I always intended to buy this game. All right, because I liked the first game. Like, well, I'll probably like the second game. You know, so, so I had always intended to buy the game. I've been on record with that. I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I'm really thinking. I've never done this before. I'm really thinking about getting that console. I mean, I've never, and if I can replacing my old, because I have a base PS5 in my bedroom, hooked up to a monitor. I'm really thinking about getting that, and I'm definitely going to try to get the controller. I mean, I did it for Spider-Man, I did it for Astrobot, and here I am. I used to mock people with headsets on. Here I am. If I buy this controller, that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 controllers, 7. This would make 7. So I'm probably going to be getting rid of some stuff. I got the base controller that it comes with. I got 3 of those. I got the Spider-Man controller. I got the Astrobot controller. I've got the Midnight Black controller. I've got all those. So this would make like number 7. But so I'm thinking about doing that. So my first question to you guys is do you plan on buying the base version of it, which is $70? Do you go to the deluxe version? That's what I bought. I'm buying the deluxe version. I don't know whether to buy it digitally or buy it at the store, because that's just where I'm stuck with it. I'm becoming more a digital boy over time. Over the last, I say 20 months, I become a digital boy. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm kind of stuck right there. And so that's what I saw that stood out. You also got a lot of weapons. I'm a ball and chain guy, but that'd be more for open combat, which means I will be using more of her blade to assassinate, and using range weapons. That's another thing that I saw, was that you can use range weapons. So I'm excited about that. And so that's me. That's what I saw. And I hope, I hope if you buy the game, write in the comment section what you saw that you're excited for. Did anything stand out to you? I mean, I'm just asking, did anything stand out, or is it more or less, hey, I was going to buy this anyway because I really liked the first game, which is fine. But for me, that's what stood out, is, okay, also the last thing I'll say is the ability to hit a button and go back into the past. That's awesome as well. That's the power of that SSD. If you want to know how they do stuff like that, that SSD does that. So it's kind of like, oh, wow, that's, darn, that's really good. And so that's what I was like, oh, yeah, that's really cool. The soundtrack, the first soundtrack was really good. I do like the adding the black and white. If you really want to play a Saturday afternoon classic samurai type of thing, Put it in black and white, put it in Japanese, and then put it where you get the subtitles. That little, and I know a lot of you all probably didn't watch movies like that, but we grew up in the 70s. That's the way we watched movies from Japan. I mean, we were watching it for the martial arts, but we had to sit through the awful dubbing. I mean, it is awful. But back then, it was the coolest thing ever. But we didn't understand the way they were always talking like, well, you showed me that. I mean, that's because it was being translated into English, and so we used to make fun of that. But that's what I liked. All right, I want to make that clear. That's what I saw. I was already going to buy this game, but I saw more things to say, yeah, I'm buying this. I mean, it's a no-brainer, as my generation would say. No-brainer. You all say day one. We said no-brainer. Okay, fine. Let's put that to the side. Now, let's move to the next subject. Let's see who's in here. El Nini in the house. Appreciate you, brother. How you doing? Briaros always here, being a member and a mod. El Nini, I believe you are a member and a mod. And let's see here. Lady Gamer 1980. How you doing there, young lady? How you doing? Let's see who else is there. Oh, Corey Massey's in the house. How you doing? Hero Down Under. From the land down under, I believe. Shout out. Says a collector edition. He's already paid for it. There you go. He's already done it. So he's already in there. Let's see here. And he says he's getting the console cover. And now see that's where I'm stuck. Should I get the PS5 Pro plates? Because I had so much. You all saw me trying to put these plates on. Y'all saw that. That was struggle bunny right there. I was a struggle bunny because I kept thinking, I'm going to break this. I'm going to do something. You all kept saying, no, you got to put more pressure on it. Shout out to you guys. Put more pressure on there. Don't be scared. Make sure you do it. I got that little bit of a slide. Like, oh, it moved. So you all that were here for that was fun if you all want to go back and watch that. Superman box office opening weekend looks like it's going to be about 149 to 153 million. So it's overperforming. It was projected to do 96 to 113. It's overperforming. Again, I liked it. I recommend it. So go check it out. Don't want to get off subject though. So that's where I'm stuck at. Do I get the whole console or do I get the plates? And I assume, I don't know how much the plates are going to be. I know they said details coming later. Fine. I'm assuming the plates are going to be about between $49 and $69. 69. Pause. So before we move to the next subject, again, shout out to you guys for being here. Hit that like button if you don't mind. Share the video. You have permission to share the video. And the very simple poll question is, are you buying Ghost of Yotei for a PS5 or PS5 Pro? That's it. That's it. Also, big shout out to SPR for the thumbnail. You can see that thumbnail that I got. If you all hadn't seen the thumbnail, make sure you check out the thumbnail. He gets all the credit. All the praises go to him. That's the way. That's the way we're going to keep doing it over here. Definitely going to give people credit that deserve it. But make sure you hit the like button and share, all that kind of stuff. Let's move on to the actual. So that kind of stunned me. I mean, as far as what the game looked like and what I wanted the game, what I saw in the game, the improvements, I'm sold. I was going to buy it regardless. Now I want to talk about the haters, and I want to try to explain this to you all. Well, I don't have to. You guys understand this stuff. There's a group of people that hate, and I mean hate, and I don't like saying that word. They hate exclusivity. Microsoft doesn't have any exclusivity anymore. They wanted Sony to do the same thing. I was listening to Crossfire, and Death Singer saying something like, the game will be out on PC next year. And they said, well, based on what? Because Sony, it averages about 17 and a half months for PC games and to port them over. It's about 17 months. That game that you have access to in October, you have a PlayStation. They won't be playing that game until 2020, late 26, early 27. And then they say, well, that's good. I don't mind waiting. So I want to ask you all this. What if you went to the store to buy a new television set, and you buy the TV. You buy the TV, and then they say it can't be delivered till 2027. Are you going to buy the TV? Are you going to buy the TV? Probably not. You go to a restaurant, and they say it's a 1-year wait to get into the restaurant. Are you going to stay there to eat? Probably not. But these guys are socially conditioned, and again, this is social engineering. They're socially conditioned to wait, and everybody else is just going to be having a blast, having fun. They won't be, and they are pissed off at it. They were literally, I saw people saying things like, it looks the same. Well, it should look somewhat the same. It's the same engine. It's the PS5 version of Ghost. I don't know. It looks better than it did on PS4 Pro. I had it on PS4 Pro. I think that was a PS4 I had it on. So, and I bought it for PS5. Like, oh yeah, this does look better. It sounds better. You know, he moves better. You know, it's fine. You know, locked at 60 FPS. You know, so, and I think the PS4 version was at 30. I think that's going back a long time. So somebody can double check that. I don't mind. You can self-correct. It's okay. It's not that big a deal. So now we're at a point where they're saying that it's a ripoff. I'm going to say this very slowly. It's a scam, a ripoff, because there's not enough advancement. And this gets into what Marlin Gaming Nation was saying yesterday, which I totally disagree with. As someone who's older than Marlin and has seen games go from Missile Command to Space Invaders to, you know, a Mass Effect game or Gran Turismo or Starfield or whatever, Gears of War, the gaming has jumped in the last 40 years. The technology has advanced to the point where it's photorealistic. You don't believe me? Go play Modern Warfare. Is it Modern Warfare 1 or Modern Warfare 2 where you're in Amsterdam, the cobblestones, and look, I've been to Amsterdam twice. It looked just like that. Right to the level of the water in between the cobblestones. You could see that. You could see that. I was like, holy smokes. They really taking this to the next level. But, and then with Death Stranding 2, photorealistic. So to say that it hasn't changed, or, you know, that's the guy just being disingenuous. But the anger is coming from the fact they don't like exclusives and they feel left out. So there's been a generational change. People want more inclusivity. That's the word I'm trying to say. People want more inclusivity. They believe that Sony, again, is keeping a gate in between them and what they want. And because of that, Sony is anti-consumer. Even though the most consumer thing a company can do is make a product for us to consume. It's up to us to consume it. You know, I went the other day, you all know I'm kind of looking at TVs and monitors. You know, I'm kind of looking around. And I won't pull the trigger until the fall. But I looked at the Sony TV. I'm like, this is too expensive. For what this, this is out of my price range. I'm not going to sit up there and say I'm not going to sit up there and say it is super too expensive. It's just, for what I want it to do, it's just out of my price range. Now, for you, it may be in your price range, and that's fine. I'm not going to hate on you for buying it. But the haters were literally saying, I want you to really think about this. Gears of War 1 and 2 look the same. The leap was Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4 was a graphical adjustment. And Gears 5 is a graphic adjustment. Gears 1 compared to Gears 5 blows it away graphically. And the way it plays, because Gears 1 plays, it feels like you're in a like you're in a phone booth when you play it now, compared to Gears 5, feels a little more free. The engine should get better. Unreal Engine got better. Wow, go shock me, right? Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Mass Effect 1 is built on its own proprietary engine. Mass Effect 1, if you play the original Mass Effect 1, not the one that's in the Legendary Edition, you play the original Mass Effect 1, it plays differently than Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 is on the Unreal Engine and plays more like a cover shooter. Mass Effect 1 plays more like an RPG that you shoot in. All right? There's a difference there. So for people like Marlon and anybody else saying that, and I'm going to get into why he said it, okay? Because this when I discovered this, I'm like, holy crap. This we're going to come full circle. You're going to see. Just let me keep walking the dog here. So they're hating on it. They're jealous. They're envy. They're not jealous. I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing to say. They're not jealous. The people in the Xbox community in the PC space are not jealous. They're envious. So let's see if we can pull up what the difference is. I think we've done this before, but let's educate some more. What's the difference in envy and... There we go. Let's pull this up. All right. Jealousy and envy are two different emotions. Okay. Understand this. Jealousy is a reaction to a perceived threat of losing someone you already possess in some sense. Usually a person whom you've had a special relationship to a third party. Envy occurs when we lack a desired attribute enjoyed by another. That's where they're at. They don't want the people, in this case, in the PlayStation community, to enjoy something because they don't get to enjoy it. They're in an ecosystem that doesn't get to enjoy this. It's like, okay, in order for me to get a Dodger dog, I got to go see the Los Angeles Dodgers play. In order for me to get a New York hot dog, I gotta go either see the Mets or the Yankees play, or a New York team. But I can only get a Dodger dog at the Dodgers baseball stadium. That's the only place I can go get them. And a lot of people are envious that they can't go in there and get a Dodger. They can't afford to go in there, much unless the Dodger dog is what, like $30 or something like that, you know. But hey, that's how they pay for all those high players, right? I mean, you got the top end players out there. Well, you got the most money, you know, because you're selling hot dogs for $30. So a lot of people are envious. They're envious. They envy Sony. Sequels don't make same. Well, yeah. Halo still looks the same. Yeah, it does. Halo has not changed, and it doesn't. It shouldn't have to. Halo 5 does look different, but Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 and Halo Reach all look the same. And why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they? They all play the same too. I mean, you didn't even need a tutorial. By the time you get to Halo 2, you don't need a tutorial. You know how to play that game. Make sure you hit the like button, people. Come on, let's get to about 20 likes. I know we can do it. Let's get to 20 likes. That's all we're asking here. All we're asking. So, so now let's move here and talk to you all about what this is all about, because we're gonna come full circle. It's always been about the money. Let me let you all ponder on that for a second. It's always been about the money. What does that mean, Craig? These guys, and this is what I heard Marlon saying yesterday, they don't like the fact that they're paying more and they believe they're getting less. The devs are lazy. When has Marlon ever developed a game? He hasn't. He has no right to be calling people lazy. Hell, I think it's lazy that he sits up on YouTube doing videos and not having a real job. I think that's lazy. But that's par for the course. At the end of the day, they don't. The whole thing with paying $70 for games and with the Sony executive telling everybody that the market will tolerate $80 games, that's what this is about. And then also believing or feeling, as Marlon would say, that we're not getting anything and they're asking us for more money. That it's always been about the money, period. Okay? Sony put out a console, oh, it's going to cost me more money. Sony puts out another controller. Again, Sony's not forcing us to buy these things. But there's a group of people who envy, and that he's part of it, and they're getting more and more upset. They're getting more and more upset that they can't afford things. And I understand that. But don't take it out on everybody else. Hey, look, get out of this. Get out of it. Oh, I even forgot about J-Tech saying, oh, I'm buying Ghost day one when he said the game was woke just a few months ago. That is hypocrisy and bullshit coming out of his mouth. I don't know what else to say. He's your guy, though. I for one, if he physically buys Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei, I'll unsub from him because I don't like the hypocrisy. I don't like the hypocrisy. But again, I don't like the hypocrisy, nor do I like the entitlement that people like Marlon got. And you're getting more. You cannot in one breath say the developers need to take full advantage of the PS5 Pro. That will take longer for them to do. Even though Mark Cerny says you don't spend a lot of budget, what he means is that you don't have to spend a ton of time doing this stuff, and you don't. I mean, according to the developers I talked to, that I talked to, they were like, "Oh, it doesn't take us a long time. Our budget, we're not spending because again, the people are working for you, and let's just say they're making $60,000 a year. You don't want them to keep spending time when you have deadlines on other things. So, and this is what Cerny is saying is the budget is not going to take you off of your deadlines. That's what he is trying to say. He's not saying that, but that's what he means. Oh, your deadline is to get the sound in by October, whatever. Let's say the game comes out, I don't know, hell, say the game comes out August 18th. And what Cerny is saying is, oh, well, you'll still make that deadline even though you put in one of these Trinity packages. And the Trinity, remember, is 3 things. They can use all 3. They can use 2 of the 3. They can use 1 of the 3. But they're going to use something. Don't know what it will be. Some of them just use sound. Some of them just use, it's 4th. It's the controller as well. You put more in the controller. The rumble. Or whatever you want to call it. The DualShock, DualSense, whatever you want to call it. So, what does all this mean? This is about the money. This is about, I don't want to have to pay $70 or more for games. All right, now let me show you the version of Ghost that I may buy. Let me see if I can pull this up on the screen here. Ghost of Yotei. The Deluxe Edition. Physical copy. Let's just see what it comes up here. The Ghost of Yotei Collector's Edition does not include a physical copy of the game. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, I'm not going to pay $250 and not get a physical copy. So how many editions does it have? See, I thought I saw one that had a different edition on there. Hell, I just had it pulled up. Oh, man. Craig, what did I just do with it? Now, I'm not buying that. That's a collector. Okay, there's a collector's edition. What about the deluxe edition? Okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I want the deluxe edition. Oh, man, where is it? Man, let's see here. My bad, I'm being a bad host. Bad host. Craig, you're being a bad host. Okay, let me see if I can do this here. See, there's the controller. Oh, yeah, let me show you what I am going to buy. Hold on, let me put this on the screen. I got to buy this. Hold on. Let me put this on the screen for you here. I need to go over here. I need to source. Go to window capture. There we go. So, can y'all see the controller? The controller not popping up there? Oh, it's showing that. Okay, I don't want to see that. Let me take that down. Okay, so I had the wrong window open. Let's see if I can find the right window. Let's go behind door number 2. There it is. All right, that's what I'm buying. I mean, again, I'm assuming this is going to cost $79 to $99. Like, I'm assuming it. So, but that's what I'm buying, okay? I love that design. I love the color palette on it. And then the plates. I'll probably end up getting the plates. I don't know if it's on this screen or not. Oh, here's another one. So, which one do you all like? Make sure you vote. You like the black and white controller or the gold and white? I like the gold and white, okay? This I don't like this one, the black limited edition, but and again, this is a mountain. It just looks like, I thought it was like blood from a sword, but it is just a mountain. But look, it comes with the disc in it, so all you people bitching because you're effing broke, I don't want to hear your voices. So, and then this one comes with the you can clearly see it. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see it. Comes with the, it comes with the CD on there. So it is what it is. But I'm interested in the plates and I'm interested in this controller. So it's going to be stunning. Oh, you can blow this up. So, but I'm trying to find the price. That's what I'm trying to find. I want to see, what is the price? So, also, it's only available on the PlayStation 5. Coming soon. There we go. I got Death Stranding 2. Well, by golly, I promise you I saw. Look at that. I already put the heart there. Proof that I'm going to buy it. There you go. Don't you all want receipts? I know there's a deluxe edition. Because that's the one I'm buying. Those deluxe edition. Let's do digital deluxe edition. Digital price. Okay, so here's the one I'm buying. I found it. Yay! Look at me. I'm buying this one. So I'm buying the $80 version of the game. And it's PS5 Pro Enhanced. They haven't dropped, so I need to put that on there. It won't let me do it unless I sign in. There I go. So now I can heart it. There we go. So this is the edition that I'm getting. So it will come with, this is the one I'm getting. Here's the one, here's the standard edition. Nothing wrong with this one. I'm getting the digital deluxe edition. So it looks like it's going to be, oh man, I'm buying digital. So I get the game, I get the snake armor, whatever that is. I get the armor die, I get the digital horse and saddle. I'm sorry, the digital deluxe horse and saddle. A sword kit, traveler's map, unlocks early. So that will be on this version 2, and charm. Okay, so she can charm, I guess. I don't know what are we doing over here, but I'm buying it. I'm buying it. I cannot think. I cannot. But this has always been about the money. It all comes back to the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. And these people are upset. And what they're now saying is that, and something else I noticed from the haters. I forgot about this. Did you notice that when Assassin's Creed Shadows was coming out, because they didn't like the woman nor the black dude, they said Assassin's Creed Shadows stole everything from Ghost of Tsushima. They said, hey, that game stole everything from Ghost of Tsushima. Now, Ghost of Yotei, they see that, and now it's, well, they stole everything from Assassin's Creed. So Assassin's Creed stole everything from Ghost of Tsushima. Then Ghost of Yotei stole everything from Assassin's Creed, which stole everything from Ghost of Tsushima. You cannot make this shit up. You can't. Like, you literally can't. And it's about the money. Dude, that's what it all, and Corey Massey knows what I'm talking about here. It's always been about the money. And they do not have the money. So it's like, well, they're not giving us what we want. Now, let's talk a little bit more about what Marlon talked about. Marlon is still upset that Sony don't say a whole lot. Remember I said Sony don't need to say anything until 6 weeks to 3 months up into release. But see, when you got a podcast like he does, he needs the information. It's his lifeblood, and he's not getting it. But none of us are getting it. For him, the information that Sony can put out is the life. The problem is that guys like that and girls like that, they go ahead and they attack what they see. They're attacking it now, even though it's in a late beta stage. It's, what does it look like? It's not supposed to. They're not finished making the damn game. When Spider-Man 2 came out, and they were showing you some of the new mechanics and things like that, it doesn't look good. It looks like trash. And again, the people saying it were PC folk and Xbox folk who are envious, not jealous. So you know the difference. They're envious of the PlayStation getting these games. I talked to an Xbox guy. We bought Xbox thinking we would get games like this. This is a direct quote from him. A direct quote. Like I said, it is trash. All right, these guys making comments. Well, I think that nobody cares. What does The Rock say? It doesn't matter what you think. You want to play this game in October. If you want to play the game, you're going to buy a PlayStation to play it. Your PC with the 4090. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that thumbnail is funny. I think it's the 5090. Your 5090 is not going to play it. Your 9070 is not going to play it. Your 4090 ain't playing it. It's only going to be on PlayStation. And if you want to play it, you will make that investment. Well, I went out and I bought a 4090 and it can do all this shading. It's got CUDA cores and all kind of cores. It ain't playing Ghost of Tsushima. You need this. You need this. I went out and bought a 5090. It can do AI rendering. It ain't going to be playing Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotei. I'm sorry. It's not going to be playing Death Stranding. You have it. It don't play those games. And I'm afraid it will not be playing Grand Theft Auto 6 next year. You will be sitting down waiting like the bitches that you are. You will be waiting because bitches wait. That's what a bitch does. She waits. And a male bitch does the same thing, but makes excuses for it. A woman knows, I got to wait. Women know that. Men, we don't wait. So, and then they trying to say, well, you're saying that if people can afford it, you can afford it. You can afford it. Bravo to you affording it. Won't be playing Ghost of Yotei. But you can afford it. All right? You can afford it. But this is about the money. So now the battle cry is, well, we're not getting enough for what we're paying. Well, you're going to be paying more. When have I ever lied to you all about the money? When have I ever lied to you all about what the future is going to be? Like, what do I have to gain? Like, literally what I have to gain. All right, I told you all years ago when I first started my channel. I said, hey, look, there's going to be some UFO disclosure that's going to happen in the next decade. Guess what we're getting? UFO UAP disclosure. Now, it's not the disclosure that I would love to see, but it's enough. There's more evidence now to the general public about UAPs and UFOs than there was over 10 years ago, 20 years ago. When I really started following it was in the 90s. 94 is when I couldn't sleep one night, and I ended up listening to a show called Coast to Coast, and I heard a guy on there being interviewed named Bob Lazar. And I said, holy cow. And after that, I was hooked. But this is about the money. Make no mistake about it. I'm trying to give you all a fair warning here. Don't get caught up in them and anything else, but it's about the money. Now, like I said, we're not getting enough. This game hasn't advanced enough. You haven't even played it yet. How do you know it hasn't advanced? It obviously has advanced if she can use 2 weapons. It obviously has advanced if she can go ahead and you can go back and forth between present and past with the push of a button. It is obviously advanced if you can go ahead and the enemies change weapons. I don't know if the enemies change weapons in the first Ghost game. Lady Gamer says, I don't work because I have mental health and I am not well to work the way I... That's fine. I understand that. It's okay that's okay. That's okay. All right, that is not, I mean, I'm not talking about that, but I'm a healthcare provider. I definitely champion mental health. I champion therapy. You know, everybody should go to therapy. Hell, I go to therapy. So everybody should go to therapy. So you would love to afford a PlayStation 5. It's not about affording the PlayStation 5. It's always been about the money. The complaint has always been about the money. We're right back to where we were 5 years ago. We've come full circle. We're right back to where we were. They didn't like, I mean, think of the vitriol with that when Sony announced the PlayStation 5 Pro and the price. Just people, ah! That's what it was like. Because they couldn't afford it. Oh, I should only have to pay $299 to $399. Bitch, you're going to pay what I tell you. That's what Sony is saying. That's what they're saying. What you want to pay don't matter. It doesn't matter what you want. And that's the biggest adjustment that people are making right now. I called it buck breaking. That's why I called it that, okay? You're witnessing buck breaking. These guys are finally at a point where they know they can't afford this stuff. And so now they're complaining about the price. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Corey knows I'm right. Hero Down Under knows I'm right. Monty knows I'm right. You know I'm right. You know it. They can't afford this stuff. So they can't afford this stuff. Yeah, the OJ is for the love of money. What do they say? For the love of money? What is it? People rob their own brother? Or people rob their own mothers? People will kill their own brother for the love of money. So you're getting the standard edition. Hey, that's fine. And again, the poll is up. Are you going to buy it? 95% right now, you're going to buy it. I'm getting the digital deluxe edition, but that's me. That's what I'm going to buy. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, well, you should get the same thing. No. Get what you want if you want it at all. But I am sick and tired of these people lying to you all. This is about the money. It's always, they don't want to have to pay for shit. And they are upset because their price is going to keep going up, man. Like I said, I went and looked at the television. Oh, that's out of my price range. Said it very simply. Like, not for what I wanted to do. But what do you want? Well, I wanted to beat this game mostly. I mean, because I don't stream a ton of stuff. I have streaming services. I've got Disney. I've got Netflix. I've got Disney comes with Hulu. And I already canceled Max. So there's no reason for me to watch HBO Max. But I think those are the ones I got. Oh, and I have Peacock. So combined, all my streaming comes to $20. Like, that's my budget for streaming shit. Disney is 11. Peacock is 6. That's 17. And then Netflix I got on a special right now for like $2.99. But that ends next month, and I will be putting it in pause again. As you all like to say. I will be pausing the account. It said something like, well, you don't have to cancel us. Do you want to just pause your account temporarily? Fine. It say, how long do you want to pause? I think but now I got it because of the quarterback thing that they have on Netflix, and I had Joe Burrow. I watched that. I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. So, let's see here. You want more PS5 Pro plates? Hopefully we get Venom plates next. Well, we got to get a Venom game. So, no, it's okay. You can't afford. I understand that. You don't have to explain. Hey, I would love to buy the Sony LED, the mini LED. It's like 48 inches. It's perfect for my stand in my bedroom. Can't afford it right now. It's going to have to come down to minimum $899. I would love the 48-inch C3 or C4 television. Told you all that. What did I say? It hit $799. I'm buying it. $799 is the most I'll pay for a television set. All right, now, at this point in time, you got to be willing to spend at least $1,000. If you don't understand that, don't complain. You ain't got no money. Take your broke ass home. Guess what? I didn't have the money to buy the TV or the monitor. I took my broke ass home. That's simple stuff. But when you have this sense of entitlement, I'm a Gen X guy. We don't have a sense of entitlement. You millennials and Gen Z does. That's why they're complaining about everything going up. Everything is going to go up. It sucks. As you get older, you're supposed to become I'm a minimalist now. Everything that I have in my place, I use. So there's not one thing that just sits idle. I use everything that's here, even my suitcases when I go on vacation. So you're not supposed to have shit just laying around. I've got this HOTIS here I'm using because I'm playing the flight sim game on Xbox. So I'm using this, and then I have my DCS HOTIS, but that's a more professional HOTIS. I showed that to you guys. That's a more professional HOTIS. I don't need that for the flight sim game. Flight sim game, I just need the throttle and I need my hands on. So 2 weeks, Fantastic Four. I'm getting that. Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater. Yeah, I'm buying that. I don't know about the Mafia game yet. I don't know enough about it. Tell them to go buy a PC build for $450. See how that works. Well, again, this costs $700. So you can't build a PC for $700 to get what we're getting out of our Pro. You can't. It doesn't exist. Even if you buy the 9070, which I think did just come down in price. Let's see here. 9070 XT. The 9070 alone at Best Buy is $669.99. So this is $30 more, but it already has a CPU and SSD and RAM and ROM and all that kind of stuff. This just buys you the actual card. See if we can put the card up on the screen. Because it is down in price. I mean, it's down in price. But it is the Radeon RX 9070, which I believe will support RDNA 4. It's already too expensive. Ooh, now here's an RDNA 3 card for $400. That's a little bit better. But let's look at a 3080. Let's see what we get here. All right, right now you can get the 5070 is that. The 3080 they don't have in stock. Let me keep looking. Nope, they don't have it. Oh well. You get a 3060 for $350. I got my 3060 for $299. I'm sorry, $279. Got it on sale. So, but you can get the what is this? You can get the 5070, which is roughly where you're gaming at on your PlayStation Pro, give or take. So, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. Shout out to Puff Daddy and his oil. It's all about the Benjamins. You know? And these guys are now saying what Marlon was saying, the way I took it, was, hey, there's not a big enough leap in graphics for them to be charging us this much. Bull fucking shit. Bullshit. Black Bond went on Porter Rock's podcast last week and said we're at a Moore's Law when it comes to the graphics of the games. We're not going to get as much. Have you look at Death Stranding 2. How do graphics get any better than that? Like, that's as good as it's going to get, folks. Somebody, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Somebody tell me, have you not seen Death Stranding 2? The graphics that are on there, my God, and you are watching that game being streamed. And it's being streamed at 1080p 60, maybe. So you're watching it in high def. Imagine it in ultra definition, UHD. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I can't believe what I'm looking at. So, I mean, again, it's about the money. You know this stuff is coming out. We all know it's coming out, so we need to start saving the money. What did I say about Grand Theft Auto? You might as well just start getting it ready. If Ghost of Yotei is $250 for the collector's edition, what do you think the Grand Theft Auto one's going to be? Oh, I'm thinking it's going to be. I'm thinking we're looking at $299. I think we're looking at $299. I think we're looking at $199, and then we're looking at $99. Now we might get it to $129. So you might as well just go ahead and start getting it. Worst case scenario, it doesn't cost that much. But stop complaining about what you don't have. Stop complaining about the money. That's what this is all about. Well, I just feel that these developers aren't. Shut up. Shut up. Damn. Hold on. Hulu, Disney, and Max are bundled together? Really? Hold on, really? Let's see here. Hulu, Disney, and Max. Oh, 16. Oh, okay. Well, that would put me over $20, but hold on. Yeah, that would put me over $20. Select with ads, select no ads. I'm just going to see what happens here. Oh, yeah, it is literally asking me to do my email. Okay, yeah, I guess I could sign up for that. But there's not really anything on Max that I want to watch. So, Hurricane said Madden, Lost Souls aside, Mafia, Demon Slayer, all games. You got pre-order for August. Yeah, you got it ready. And you might get Hellblade 2 Deluxe. There you go. You got it ready. Well, Disney owns ABC. ABC owns Hulu. So, when Hellblade coming out next month. But yeah, right now it's about the money. So you can go ahead. We can do a short Q&A. I'll go ahead and turn on a little bit of the music here. Let me know if it's too loud. There we go. Let me know if that's too loud. Go ahead and ask your questions. You don't have to super chat like some people will say to you, well, you got to send me a super chat for me to read it. Hell no. Just ask the question. So, performance and destruction needs to be the focus of next gen. Wait till you see that new Battlefield game. Tell them to go build a PC before I read that one. Monty White says, one up with the PS controller, you'll need to spend minimum 2 times the money to get a comparable experience. Yeah, you will. You will. I'm trying to see if y'all asked any questions earlier when I was on my rant. Let's see here. Idiots Asian, same thing about God. Yeah, they were upset that the game was not on PC. So, why Xbox fanboys hate Sony? Because they have exclusive games and they don't have them. They were fine when Bethesda got bought. Oh, these games are going to be exclusive, and then they weren't. Then they got mad. Where you saw the meltdown happen is when Jeff Keighley said, "Oh, we have one more thing," and he showed that Indiana Jones coming out for PlayStation. They went off. They were The banana game looks the same. There you go. They're playing games like Banana and Goat Simulator. So, and that's what they're doing. Sequels don't look the same, quote. Yeah, they do. I mean, I'm playing Mass Effect 1 right now and playing Mass Effect 2. It looks a little different because it's on a different engine. But Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 look the same. They look the same. It's the graphic detail in Mass Effect 3 and the draw distances in Mass Effect 3 are a little better. They're a little better. So let's see here. I'm just seeing if you got yeah, chocolate thunder oil. There we go. There you go. Yeah, I may have to get that bundle, but it's just, to me, it's too nice to be inside. But they say that bundle's gonna go that way, then yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, hopefully they announce a Venom game for you guys. You guys are desperate for one. So You're getting Donkey Kong Bonanza next week. There you go. You're getting it ready. I love it. I love it. Again, if you want something, go buy it. If you don't want it, don't buy it. But to sit up there and complain, the Lady Gamer said she heard one person say Ghost of Yotei is a joke and looks like a PS4. Yeah, and that person is hating on the game. That person probably does not have access to a PlayStation. So that's what I am learning. I've learned that. That's why I haven't really said a whole lot this week. So Camel Will said his nephew's gonna probably buy it. He liked it. Yeah, there you go. Like it, love it. Zep Mando, shout out to you. Did I play Rise of Ronin? No, I have not played Rise of Ronin. So that game just didn't. I mean, I know it was successful. I think it sold over 1 million, maybe 2 million. So Hero Down Under, you spared him each time you played. Yes, I spared him the second time, not the first time. So Ghost of Yotei will be a great showcase for the pro. That's the next thing they have to do. They're going to have to come out with on a blog, something like that says, here's why, here's the PS5 Pro version, here's what it's going to do. So they're pushing the Xbox guys are pushing a fake platform more. Again, because they see it coming to an end and they want things to keep going. That's all it is. They just want it to keep going. And a lot of people are turning in their stripes, like J-Dub said. You know, he's retired. And I'm retired from the console war. There you go. Extreme is doing it now. So, oh man. Red Dead Redemption 2, 2018. Yeah, look the same to me. I mean, I'm sure there's differences. Shout out to you, Lemmy Gio, and thanks for the super chat. I mean, guys, you don't have to do that. I do appreciate it. What I think the number is going to do, I think it does between 7 to 10 million. That it's crazy that Ghost was the Assassin's Creed game you always wanted. Did you ever play Shadows? Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's pretty good. It's a good game. Now you don't want to play Shadows before Ghost. Yeah, I mean, again, it's crazy what they were saying. They were saying that they were saying that the Shadows, Assassin's Creed Shadows, was a direct copy of Ghost, and there was nothing original about it. Now they're saying Yotei is a copy of Shadows. You can't make this shit up. You can't. But I appreciate the 10. Appreciate you. So, really, I do. Think anti-exclusives are just haters? Yeah, I think there's an anti-exclusive, more inclusionary group. I mean, that is what you're dealing with society-wise. That is social-wise. And they're all over the internet bitching and moaning. They do believe that, again, remember, they said that Sony was doing day and date with PC. Sony literally just came out and said they're not doing day and date with PC. They're happy with what they're doing with PC. Okay, that's about 16 to 17 and a half months per. So this game, based on Sony doing that, you're looking at 2027 for Ghost of Yotei. That's when you're looking at it. That's ridiculous. And you went out and bought a 4090 and a 5090 and a 9070 and a 5800X CPU and a new Intel CPU, and you're basically getting butt fucked, but you have to wait. Then you claim, well, I don't mind waiting. Motherfucker, you ain't got no choice but to wait. You got to wait. So stop acting like you got a choice. If you're gonna stay in that ecosystem, like one guy said, I would have to sell my PC in order to get a PlayStation. Well, then you better start getting it ready. Get it ready. Jimmy Leo says he's all about exclusives. Going to McDonald's for a Whopper would be crazy. Yeah, I agree. I would be like, huh? I would be like, what? Journey, Who Crying Now. Great song. Great group, Journey. Great music selection there. Scoop in the House says,
Once again, another banger. YOTIE on the PlayStation with Death Stranding 2. Now Ghost of Yotei. Yeah, I want to make this clear about Sony Publishing. Remember I told you I was trying to say this on 60 frames no lag. Sony Publishing has published this year so far Death Stranding 2. Next month, they're going to publish Lost Souls Aside. And then to Sony, I don't know who's publishing it, the PC. Maybe Sony's publishing the PCs as well, I don't know. And then in October, is it October? Is it October? Yeah, in October, they're going to publish Ghost of Yotei. Sony Publishing has been killing it. They're killing it this year. You know, MLB The Show, published by them. So it is what it is. They're acting like grown-ass babies. I agree. They're acting like bitches. And that's why why do I talk about them like this? Is because this is the way they act. They act like bitch-made men. I agree with Black Bond. We're at a point where you're getting diminished returns with the PS5. When you see the Pro, you hook it up to an OLED TV or monitor, you will see what I'm talking about. It's like, oh, this game looks real. Oh, you got a free update this week with The Last of Us Part 2. Well, they're milking it. You just see that The Last of Us Part 2 was the number 18 sold game in the world, and the game is 5 years old, and it's still in the top 25. That alone is why they keep going back to it. Because people are playing it. Shout out to Don the Bomb. He just played it again. I don't understand what they did with The Last of Us Part 2 with this whole chronological. I thought it was chronological. So what did I miss? And then y'all still talking about something called the Rat King. It is not a rat, nor is it anybody's king. So I don't know why y'all call it that, but apparently, I don't know what they did differently. I may actually look to see, because I'm 40% done with my second playthrough of The Last of Us. I only played Last of Us Part 2 once, because it just took so much out of me. Like mentally, I was laughing at parts, I cried in parts, it was just a mental drain on me. So, The Outer Worlds 2, Ghost of Yotei, that's October. Yeah, see, I like The Outer Worlds. So, but it's gonna play just like the first one, I tell you right now. They got conditions to discredit game. Yeah, when Elon Musk said, if you get a blue check mark, you can just get on here and say whatever you want because you're paying for it at that point, I stopped listening to those guys. There's no reason for me to even engage with those guys. So, and remember, J-Tech said that this game was woke, and now he's buying it. Well, I don't like her politics. Who gives a shit about somebody's politics? That's one vote. One vote. So, I mean, are you all here because you care about my politics? Because I can do a political podcast. I'm going to start doing some more politics. Start with evictions. I'm going to start doing that probably next week. And there's a very good chance I'll start my new job on the 28th. I still can't believe I'm saying that. So Ghost of Yotei is October 2nd. All right, thanks. Thank you. So sequels are always going to be, I don't know what else to say. Remember, didn't they just change Doom? With that new Doom game? Remember people were like, oh, it's not like the other Doom games. So, okay, wait a minute. You bitch and moan like pussies when they do change it. And then when they don't change it, you bitch and moan like pussies. That's why I talk to you like a bitch. That's what I do. Because that's what you consistently put out. This bitch and moan. Well, you know what? Somebody finally on Twitter came out and said, we don't like her politics. We don't like this Sony as part of Sweet Baby Inc., which I didn't know that. And BlackRock, which I didn't know that. Those are, if you don't know, those are two consulting firms that you can start your own consulting firm. It ain't that hard. Start your own. I mean, Adam Sessler did it. He looked like somebody's damn granddaddy. So, what politics could possibly be in a game that takes? I don't know. I don't know, Jimmy. I mean, even if it is, I said before, didn't I tell you all, everything's gonna be woke. Death Stranding 2, the baby is a little girl. It's woke. We're playing as a female protagonist. You can have female coaches on the sideline in the new college football game. You have female officials in the college football game, and you got female officials in the Madden game. So they're woke. Let's go to next year. Grand Theft Auto, gonna be woke as hell. I'm telling you right now, that game is going to be super woke. Wait till that third trailer hits. It's gonna be woke city. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I were to say Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, am I dogging the Japanese out? No, because that's an actual historic event. Japan did bomb Pearl Harbor. If I say there were slaves in the United States and the Underground Railroad was created to help smuggle slaves out of the South, am I lying? Am I destroying? Am I dogging the United States out? No, I'm not. So again, this girl, I mean, they want all these women that look like something called a 2B. I don't know who that is. They want women that look like 2B and what's the name of that? Eve from Stella Blade. That's what they want. They want all these women to look like that because they say I'm being forced to play as a girl. No, you're not. No, you're not. They literally thought on The Last of Us TV show, these guys literally thought, let me show you how effed up these guys are. They literally thought that Sony and HBO was gonna force Sony to keep Joel alive. They literally were saying this. Sony doesn't need to kill Joel. And put this quote, I'm gonna quote them now, God forgive me, put this lesbian dyke bitch in charge of the show. That's what they said. Shout out to YouTube. If you all want to blank me out, that's cool. You want to cancel me, you can. But I, for one, am tired of the entitlement. I, for one, am tired of the complaining. Just go do something else. Get the hell out of my hobby. I love my hobby. Gaming is my hobby. Like walking around is my hobby. I love the walk and I love the game. So, and I love the fish. Okay, is that, I'm good. I'm Gucci. I love what I have. So, something called Near Automata. So these idiots hate the engagement and clicks. These idiots hate putting it. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. Shout out to what, I can't think of that one guy's name. He said, I'm doing it for the clicks. Okay. Don't give that garbage fire any oxygen, folks. They're desperate. Yeah, I sense they're desperate. Ghost of Yotei is going to come out. It's going to, again, Assassin's Creed Shadows came out so very well. It sold very well. So, see if we can find out. Let's see here. In its first week, Assassin's Creed, that's Odyssey. What am I talking about? I think Shadows sold within the same realm of Odyssey, so which is fun. But all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna get some other things done. I appreciate you being here. Y'all have a good one. I may stream some stuff later on. I don't know. I may not. But y'all, shout out to you all. Appreciate the super chat. Shout out everybody that's here. Make sure MTZ said he likes the thumbnail. Yeah, we're gonna make some more for you guys. It's fun. It's all in fun. But again, I'm talking. I can't talk to these dudes like grown men. I just can't do it. It's not in me. Wouldn't be prudent. 1,000 points of life. So you all take it easy. You all have a good rest of the day. Make sure you keep it gaming. And y'all may play some. I don't know if I'll play Shadows or. I need to finish Stella Blade. Maybe I'll commit to finishing Stella Blade. All right then, folks. You all take it easy. Peace out. Peace out, brother Nupsay. And have a good weekend. Make sure you play the games, people. Like Foxy Games said, I guess the best things. Play the games, not the corporation.